It's time to BS.
Apologies in advance for those who may hear this and will be hearing some random shit going on in the background. That is my cat, who for some reason decided to have crackhead energy. Now, I want to be clear. I can't control her. Well, this is not even something to be clear about. This is just common fucking sense at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming to you from the lovely beaches of Long Island, New York, part of the Belly Sports and Belly Meat Networks. This is the Staniel Smooth Show, and I'm Staniel Smooth. So, yes, the Sports Cave has been rebranded again. I say again because it was once the Sports Cave. The first time. Let me take you back in time. When I first started my podcasting journey, in quotes, the first show I did was called The Sports Cave. That was it. That was the first show. And I wanted to do something a little more that's not just sports, but something that is just, fuck it, let's have some fun. You know? And that's what I'm doing. See, here you go. There's Donut. There's Donut right there, and she's losing her fucking marbles because she can. It's 9:30 at night on a Friday night, and Donut, for some reason, she just loves to lose her cool, loves to have fun. Anyway, I'm losing track of what I want to talk about. So I created Time to BS. And that was the show. It was just called Time to BS. And it became its own little entity of stupid. It was fun. It was a fun time. And for those watching on YouTube, cheers. You're probably wondering, what the fuck am I drinking? It's gin and Pepsi in a Coke glass. So we're drinking tonight. And we're going to have some fun doing it. Yes, I'm a psychopath who likes to drink Pepsi in a Coke glass. It's Diet Pepsi, not like it matters, but whatever. I wanted to do something that's like, you know, not too sugary, but also a little sweet in that regard. So here we are, Diet Pepsi it is. Yeah, here we are. And then I create BS sessions, and I want to find a way to get the Sports Cave back, and here we are. It's been like 4 or 5 different tries of trying to get the Sports Cave on. I did my own side show with the Staniel Smooth Show, and that lasted for 2 episodes, and now it's back. Yay. BS sessions is still fun. I love doing BS sessions. I love to just ramble on and have a good time on BS sessions with various other people and various other guests. The whole purpose of the Staniel Smooth Show is a little solo thing I might do 2-3 times a week just to get it off the ground or whatever the fuck, and then ramble on whatever's on my mind, whether it's sports, music, pop culture. I don't give a shit. Just gonna have some fun. And the Roadcaster's attached to this thing, which if you're watching on YouTube, yay, awesome. That means this camera and the tripod is working fantastically. We like these things a lot. We enjoy these things very much. And the Roadcaster's still fantastic, and we love these things. So, what's been on my mind? What's been on my mind that I want to be able to share with you guys? And while I'm drinking, and I don't know, it's work's been enough with work, but everything's been going smoothly for the most part. You know, I'm not trying to take everything lightly, but more in fact to just take everything with a grain of salt. So I mostly have a stress-free life. Mostly. Keyword is mostly. You know, work is stressful, life is stressful. We get that whole shebang. We get that. And you see all the time on like social media or with friends or family or whatever the fuck that they're always stressing about something. I think what we can try to do, and this is very broad or whatever the fuck. I think we can all take everything with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't need to be so stressful. It doesn't need to be, life doesn't need to be, you know, I don't know, pain in the ass worthy. I think what we can all do is appreciate what we have and not what we want. You know? Because like that, I can't snap, but like that, it can just be taken away. Like Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau lost their lives last week, a week ago, to a drunk driver. That's how quickly your life can be taken away. Now, it's also Friday the 13th today, so a little dark humor in there, but we're not even dark humor, it's just real. That's one of the things I love to do about this. I just love to ramble and stuff like that and look at myself in the camera. I hate recording. I hate recording myself in video. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Because not only is it a pain in the absolute fucking ass to edit, but it's just, I don't like, looking at myself in camera is just weird. It's just, I don't like looking at myself in the mirror that much, you know. It makes me feel bad. And it's something I'm working on. It's something I'm working on the end to try and, you know, not look like a genuine borderline piece of shit. Or feel like a genuine borderline piece of shit. But, you know, we all have stuff we're working on. We all have stuff we're working on. We all have stuff that we want to improve ourselves on in the end. And I think I gotta take another sip. My brain is fogging up. That's good. That's a dangerous game. For those who've tried dry gin before, you'll know what the fuck it feels like. But for those who don't know what it tastes like, it's stronger vodka. It's very stronger vodka. It's much stronger vodka. And if you like vodka, you'll like it. I'm not a big vodka person, but I like gin. Ass backwards, right? It's weird. It's weird as shit. I don't drink a whole lot. But when I do, I have liquor mostly. Every now and then I'll treat myself to a beer. I'll treat myself to, you know, Coors Light, Bud Light, before it was gay. Even after, I don't give a shit. I like a good beer. I do. But I genuinely enjoy a glass of whiskey with a cigar or something like that. Which, that's how I try to take life as. Take my time with it, like a glass of whiskey and a good cigar, and you can too. Only you can prevent wildfires. I don't know where that came from. I think I'm going to turn this show into like a personal log or personal diary or something like that. Happy football season, ladies and gentlemen. That's something exciting. Happy football season. And I got the Sunday ticket for the first time in my life. I've always wanted to get that thing. I've always wanted to get the Sunday ticket, and it was mostly on DirecTV. And only last season, it got put on YouTube TV. And I enjoy YouTube TV very much. It's definitely a change of pace because I fucking hate cable. It's too expensive. I was paying like $250 a month for cable. And it was a pain in the ass. Because I only watched like 4 channels. It was like hockey, football, occasionally basketball, some baseball, and then like Law and Order. That's it. That was it. And you need to pay for the sports package to get sports. It's a pain in the dick. So when I got YouTube TV, it was like, all right, I can, I pay for YouTube TV and the football season, I cancel it. Okay, no big deal. I have the ability to do that. That's fucking awesome. And I save $150 a month by doing it. But on the topic of football, before I go off on a tangent, Tua Tagovailoa needs to retire. He is, what is his 4th concussion in 5 years? If I'm Tua, I just absolutely retire. I retire. And from what we know of not only just CTE, but traumatic brain injuries, concussions, etc., blah, 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 you're doing more harm for yourself long-term than good. And I get football's exciting. I get the Dolphins, they had bad luck after bad luck with quarterbacks over the last 25 years. I get it. I absolutely get it. But at the same point, it's to his decision. If he decides, fuck it, I'm going to retire, then I'm going to fucking retire. I would. I personally would. That's just, for God's sakes, I saw that hate last night. I was, ugh. Gave me the chills. I don't like these things. And it just, you see a lot of these teams that invest so much money in quarterbacks, and it's a shame when it doesn't pan out, per se. And you want it to pan out. You want everything to pan out. And in Tua's case, he has. Aside from the injuries, aside from the concussions and the various injuries and stuff, he's mostly panned out. And it's nice to see that. But at the same token, you got to protect yourself long term. There's no other way around it. He can't keep hurting his head. Like, not just I use 3 examples here. Dave Durson, Mike Webster, Aaron Hernandez. All 3 of them at CT. If he keeps this up, you never know. You don't want to knock on sticking wood, but you want to protect yourself long term. And in Tua's case, you might not have a choice but to retire. You might want, I don't know if you want to, but you might have to. Concussions are no joke, bro. That's no joke. Speaking of football, Seahawks had a nice win over against the Denver Broncos. That was nice. The Seahawk fans have been craving for a defense for the last 6 years. Since 28 for 2016 or 2017, from 2017 to last year, 2023. 6 years. For those 6 years, the Seahawks defense has been horrible. And that source is gone, and that's Pete Carroll. And I think having him gone and replacing him with Mike McDonald, the new head coach, is going to help long term. And Seattle's defense against Denver just was swarming the Broncos. It was fucking beautiful to see. And it gives me hope. It gives me, a little tingle in my stomach, you know what I'm saying? It gives me a little tingus in the pingus. I recently discovered that this thing has 24 sounds, and 3 of them are taken up by the Old Spice button. It's my favorite button. I know I said like 3 other buttons are my favorite, including The Undertaker. I now have a Dave Chappelle button, which I have yet to use for some fucking reason, but I want to be able to use it on BS sessions and Time to BS when Jack comes on. I've been contemplating getting more co-hosts on for the ride, because this tripod that you are currently viewing me from, which is being broadcasted to YouTube and so forth, is fucking awesome. This tripod, let me understand where I got. Let me have you understand where I got this from. Megan used to do like photo shoots when she was single, from before yours truly took her. I'm fucking with you. She used to take like selfies or some shit with this thinking tripod. It was like, why do you have a 6 foot tall tripod? Why do you have that? And found out why. So, reasons why. And mine. But she gave me the tripod. It's like, we're not gonna use it or whatever. Fuck. And it's like, all right, I'm gonna use it. And I found out that this thing has the ability to hook up to my stinking USB camera. And I have USB extension cables, which is currently ran to my computer, which is in front of me right now. My stinking MacBook laptop, which is also connected to my TV, which is why the screen is so fucking bright. God. It's bright, but it's cool. Like, I can see everything. It's cool as shit. Like, I feel professional. It's exciting. And now when BS sessions is in person, I can move the camera to like, far right corner of the room, when Smoothly Baked. That's the other thing. Smoothly Baked is, our show. Myself and Megan's show. Megan and I's podcast. Got it. And it's fun. It's fun. It allows us to talk some shit. It's a good time. And if you're interested in starting a podcast, I'm going to clip this. If you're interested in starting a podcast and you don't know where to go, here are some tips I can give for you. So, on my desk, I have a blue Snowball. It's like a $50 microphone you can get. It's USB powered, and if you have a computer, which I'm assuming most of you do that listen to this, if you have a computer, if you have the ability to install OBS Studio, if you can get a YouTube channel, download this website called Spotify for Podcasters. It's like 4 things you need. And 5, technically. You need an editing software. I prefer Audacity. And for video, if you have a Mac, if you have a MacBook, I think this is available on Windows. I'm not sure. CapCut is phenomenal. If you're willing to pay for software, NCH VideoPad is fantastic. That's what I use too. I use CapCut and I use VideoPad. If you are interested in starting a podcast, the best advice I can give is, I'm going to give you the same advice that a fellow member Belly Up told me. Don't try so hard to be Joe Rogan. Just be you. And this is me. This is generic me, who is going to just fuck around, talk some shit, talk some sports, talk some music, talk whatever. And that's my show. That's what I love to do. Before I got into my current state of employment, I wanted to get into radio. That was my dream. That was my dream, to get into radio. And then when I found out the requirements, in this case, to get into the radio business, I then turned into the podcasting field, and podcasting's free to get into. Just fucking YouTube University for days, boys. Yay. Thumbs up. So, and also get a camera. This USB camera right here is like $15. That's it. That's all you need. It's like 10 things, but they're mostly inexpensive. Mostly. The exception of the video editing software, it's mostly inexpensive. Which you can get like CapCut, which is free, and then there's also like other sites and whatever the fuck. And write some shit down you want to talk about. Like this next topic, I'm gonna be talking about like music as a whole, and or just if you want to talk about, I don't know, feminism, or you want to talk about BDSM, or I don't give a shit. Like, shut up, amigos. And be authentic as you can. Have some fun. Have fun with it. Just go on a roll with it. That's some advice I would give. And don't try so hard to be Joe Rogan. Just be you. I saw that Beyonce did not get nominated for the VMAs for Best Country Artist, and I say good, because I am not a fan of her music. My opinion does not fucking matter here. It straight up does not. But if I were to offer my personal viewpoints on Beyonce, I would say this. I think she's an egotistical fuck who constantly belittles other artists. Don't believe me? Destiny's Child. Her fucking father is one of the biggest reasons behind the collapse of Destiny's Child. They were such a good girl group. They were so good. Top tier, top notch. Fucking phenomenal. And Beyonce's ego, she craves the attention. She craves the spotlight. She'll do anything for the spotlight. Don't believe me? She's still with Jay-Z. That man has cheated on her how many times? Exactly. Fucking crazy. And it makes you fucking wonder, where are your priorities, girlfriend? Where are your priorities? You know what I'm saying? Where are they? Fucking crazy. Her country music's not even that good. Country music as a whole today, with the exception of Cody Johnson, Chris Stapleton, and like Morgan Wallen's early shit, and to a fucking degree Luke Combs. That's my opinion. Fuck you, it's my opinion. I win. Doesn't mean I'm right. It's just an opinion. With the exception of those four things I just mentioned, country music as a whole stinks. Music as a whole today, for the most part, stinks. Like, I got a text from my dad earlier today. I highly recommend you listen to David Gilmour's recent album. And I responded with, fucker's still touring? He's still making music? I thought it was like 80. He has to be 80. There's no way. And he's like, yeah, he's still touring. He's doing his shit. He's fucking killing it. And I love that kind of music. I love rock music. I love that stuff. So that's what I was raised on. I was raised on, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s in terms of rock music. Some Creed in there, some Pearl Jam in there too, but some new shit. But mostly like from those 4 decades of music, that's what I was raised with. And I listen to music today, I just go, where's the creativity? Where's the enthusiasm? Where's the, the influence? The Beatles are one of the most influential bands in history. Led Zeppelin is arguably on the Mount Rushmore of rock and roll. Unarguably, in fact. Pink Floyd. Yes, their entire career is based off of acid trips, but whatever. Whatever. They're still great musicians. Fantastic. It's like you have to dig deep. like dig down the rabbit hole of nonsense to find great music. Don't believe me? Greta Van Fleet. Tool's in there somewhere, but there's also this new band, Sleep Token. Sleep Token's awesome. Like, they're actually really good at what they do. They're really fucking good. I can keep going down this rabbit hole of stupidity in terms of music. I really can. Government Mule, they're an old band, but still, you know what I mean. There's all Sleep Token. They're really good. They really are. It's like, wow, this is actually really good shit. I am floored by this. And I don't know. I mean, I get that rap and country are like the two genres today. But again, my personal fucking opinion does not matter in this case. It really doesn't. I don't care. So I'm just gonna voice my thoughts and whatnot and have some fun with it because I can. I really can. That's just it. And fuck, what else is on my mind? Movies, same thing. Movies have gotten less creative. They just remade several movies. Like, they're remaking Fight Club. Fight Club's getting remade. Who wants to remake Fight Club? So I hope it's wrong. I really do hope it's wrong. They're making Fight Club an all-female cast, all-female producers, directors, blah, 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 blah. Oh, Jesus. And every now and then I just want to punch a wall. Because why would you remake something that didn't need to be remade? Like Star Wars. Star Wars is a great example. Why do you have to, like, I think most of us can probably agree here that the sequels to Star Wars were not the best films on the planet, but they were okay. They were okay at best. The shows, for the most, with the exception of maybe The Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, Andor, and maybe Ahsoka, have all stunk. Clone Wars doesn't count because Clone Wars was Cartoon Network prior. Screw you. With the exception of like those 4 shows I mentioned before, Star Wars has just been destroyed. Because it's just, you're trying too hard. You're trying too hard to push an agenda. I get it. Hollywood has all been part of like pushing an agenda. The music industry, same shit. I get it. I absolutely get it. But at the same fucking point, why? Why would you need to do it? Why would you need to do these things for the sake of, you know, I don't fucking know. I mean, again, our opinion does not matter. It does to a degree, but for the most part, our opinion does not fucking matter. This is a really good drink. I put like a shot of gin in there. Shot and a half? Probably. This is a good idea. Holy shit, I've done this for almost a half an hour. I'm proud of myself. You know, I usually could never record something in one take. Because I would always find myself just, you know, having a panic attack or just giving up and like, fuck this shit. Throw my arms in there and say, fuck it. That's why I might get myself to do more live streams. You never know. The chair is helpful as well. I like the chair. The chair is cool. And I can invite people. I can do stuff. You know. Get creative, some would say. Hockey season's coming up. Fuck yeah. I'm pumped to that. Another thing that's on my mind is I know some people, I will not name names, but I know some people that are settling for less than what they are worth in terms of relationships, guy, girl, whatever the fuck. And it's just, they'll settle for whatever without even getting a chance to date yourself. That's what you should do first before you get in a relationship. I mean, I was in, I don't want to say I was in toxic relationships because they weren't as much toxic as much as it was just unhealthy. But I dated myself for a little bit. I worked on myself and blah, blah, blah. And enter comes the woman of my dreams. And I can confidently say that she's the woman of my fucking dreams. And, she makes me a better person. She motivates me. She makes me laugh. She makes me happy. She makes me feel all these great emotions. And all because I waited. And it took my time. We took our time. Blah, 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 blah. Now we're getting fucking married. Holy shit. And you have certain people that will just settle for the dude or the broad that's on the side of the street, probably coked out of their minds or drunk off their minds. Just because they give you one good look doesn't mean they're the love of your life. Now, again, my opinion does not matter. It really doesn't. I'm just voicing what's on my mind. But you can do better than that. You really can. This isn't like most of you that listen to this are probably grown-ass adults who listen to me ramble just because you probably got nothing to do and you want to sit around for half an hour and listen to me talk. Good for you. But there's also some of you that probably have gotten into shit relationships multiple times because you couldn't take care of yourself. And you gave it your all in these relationships, or you gave too much of your all, and the relationships fell apart because you couldn't handle it. And also the fact you did it too fucking early. You did too fast. That's the other thing that, a lot of people do nowadays is that they rush shit. Like, you're young. You are young. We, as in a broad spectrum, are young as shit. We are young. You don't need to rush this shit just because some dickhead on TikTok told you to rush. Why? Why would you do these things? You don't need to do that. Better yourself. Do better for you. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Staniel Smooth. This has been the first episode of the revival of the Staniel Smooth Show. I'm coming to you from the lovely beaches of Long Island, New York. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow the show on various social media platforms. Also, tune in for BS Sessions Volume 41 coming soon. One of 9 podcasts will be joining me. And be sure to have a good time. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a good night. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your fucking life. Don't do anything stupid. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen.